Hey everybody, Motorport 59 here. Finally had the surgery. Uh, it's not why I'm posting this. The other day, I put up a video, and I don't remember the exact name of it, Trump's accomplishments versus Obama's accomplishments. And I got a response from a guy named C, or I guess it's a guy, I don't know, C. Backus. Hey C, peace, rock on. Thanks for watching. Uh, I know that most of the people who are going to watch this stuff that I put up on this channel are people I know. Most of them, if they know me and they're friends with me, they're conservatives. I don't hang out with liberals. I have nothing in common with them. I have nothing to say to them. I'm not interested in their opinion. Most of the time on here, I'm preaching to the choir. But the response I got from him was that my video accomplished nothing and how I didn't list any of Trump's accomplishments. Well, as is typical with a liberal or a progressive or whatever this person is, they missed the point of the video. The point wasn't to highlight the accomplishments of President Trump, but rather to highlight the lack of accomplishments of President Obama, who accomplished nothing when he was in office. Here was the president who had the greatest opportunity in the history of this country to tie up race relations, to integrate our society and start making really positive change for race relations between blacks and everybody, not just between blacks and whites. Racism is racism, and a lot of all races are afflicted with it. And he had a chance to do something about that. Rather than that, he did it as he was told by his handlers, because Barack Obama never had an original idea the entire time he was in office. I doubt if he's ever had an original idea in his life. I'm sure he's always been handled and told what to do and where to go, because he's just not bright enough to do all those things on his own. I don't care how educated he is, the man's an idiot. He was an idiot when he was president. He's an idiot today. He's still being told what to do. He's being told now what to say by the DNC. He knows he owes them, so he's doing his part to push their agenda at the DNC. And that's cool. That's politics. I don't have a problem with that. But hey, C, I defy you to show me one thing that Obama accomplished while he was in office, and don't hit me with Obamacare, because even Barack Obama, as dim as he was, as dim as he is, realized what a failure that program was. That's why he didn't bring it up much in his, I don't know if he brought it up at all in his reelection campaign. He certainly didn't talk much about it during his second term, because people were already beginning to see what a failure it was. As I've said before, I've done a video about Obamacare and its failures. The only people that got anything out of Obamacare were people who already had those things with Medicaid, Medicare, whatever, their states provided, Medi-Cal or whatever. But that was the point of the video. Oh yeah, and he also, at the last line, he, she, whatever, it reverted to the real typical liberal and said that my shirt was stupid. You can't see it, it's got the stupid sling across it. But all it says is, remember to like and subscribe. I don't know what's stupid about that. I have a YouTube channel. Most of you know I have another YouTube channel that is my main channel, and it's the one that I actually make some money off of and post. I actually post more videos on this, but I've only got 40 subscribers. My other one, I have about 1,600 subscribers, and I have a lot of fun doing it. I have a lot of fun doing this too, because this allows me to blow off steam, and it allows me to blow off steam at people like C. Backus, because C. Backus, you can call me names, you can make fun of my videos, you can make fun of my shirts, but the simple fact is I'm ahead of you in the intelligence department. I've accomplished a lot in my life. You probably haven't. If you had, you wouldn't be wasting your time talking about people's t-shirts. I actually rarely wear this in public. About the only place I really ever wear this, and I have another one that says I do it for the subscribers. About the only place I ever wear these is when I make videos. My other channel, when I narrate those videos, showing myself, I'm generally not wearing these, but I generally only wear them to make videos on this channel. It's kind of a joke. I have a few different shirts that I wear on this channel now that I use to try to accentuate the message that I'm trying to give. So see, there again, shoot me an email. Let me know about Obama's accomplishments. And as I talked about race, he signed into law 0 bills, had no policies, no executive orders that involved helping black people, that involved helping racial issues, that involved solving any of America's problems. If you want to talk about social problems, that means people. That means helping people do things, helping the government, helping people to accomplish things. Those are social programs. That is what they're supposed to do. But instead of that, what has happened since the days of the New Deal is that it's just taught people how to take handouts. It's taught people how to rely on the government for the things they should be providing for themselves. And it's created this depression in our society, in American society. And there's this bottom of this depression where all these people, probably like you see, that are stuck there. They don't know how to get out because the government has not given them any tools to help climb out of that hole. They just keep pouring free stuff into it and getting these people hooked on this free stuff. And that is a terrible, terrible thing. It is a terrible waste of humanity. I remember the old commercials for the United Negro College Fund. The mind is a terrible thing to waste. It is. But you know what? The American government, the Democrats, I should say, are still wasting those minds. And they're doing it on purpose. And people like you see, I don't know if you're white or black or Asian or what, I don't know. Doesn't matter. But people like you are the ones who continue to perpetuate those problems. You're doing nothing to solve them. The Democrats, since Donald Trump has been in office, and really all the way through the Trump era, have done nothing to help America long term. All Obamacare did was create a few $1 trillion in debt. And we don't need that. We can figure out how to do this stuff without doing that. And the Republicans set forth 3 different plans to try to fend off Obamacare and do things that were more reasonable and more affordable. But you probably don't know anything about that because CNN didn't tell you to know anything about it. But the Obama administration refused to even read those. They never even looked at them. They didn't do anything. They just tossed them in the round file and went ahead with Obamacare, which had a 67% of Americans opposed to it. And that's Democrats and Republicans and independents and the apolitical. 67% of Americans were opposed to Obamacare, but they ran it up our butts anyway. Fortunately for me, I had a career with a great insurance program, but it was a bad deal. Obamacare was a bad deal. It was a bad deal for everybody. It was a bad deal for the rich and the poor alike. And that's socialism for you, though. Treats everybody the same way. It brings everyone down to the lowest common denominator rather than allowing those who want to work hard and who are motivated to rise up to the highest common denominator. I'm still waiting for anyone, and I've been waiting for 10 years now for anyone to tell me the great things that Barack Obama accomplished. Now, I'm not talking about necessarily even laws that were passed or bills that were supported or things like that. I'm talking about things that he accomplished. And he did nothing. He bowed, got down on his knees and bowed before our sworn enemies who have sworn to erase us from the face of the earth. He snuck a plane load of money back into Iran without the approval of Congress or anyone else to a sworn enemy. And what did they do when he did that? They laughed at us. They publicly said that they'll use that money, which they told Barack Obama before he gave it back to him that they were going to use it for good things and build hospitals and help people. But what did they tell us once they had that in their hand? They were going to use it to create weapons to destroy the West. And they literally laughed at us on camera. And you people who are the never Trumpers and the anti-Trump, that crowd, the Trump derangement syndrome people, say that Donald Trump, the world's laughing at us. No, they're not. The millennials around the world, the liberals and the socialists around the world are laughing at us because that's what they do. They laugh at anything that seems to be successful that wasn't their idea. But how about Donald Trump? When he was elected, I even had a couple of friends. I do have a couple of friends that are never Trumpers. They're not necessarily balls of the wall liberals, more in the vein of true American liberals, with whom I have no problem. I disagree with them politically, and that's it. But even they said, man, he's going to get us in a war. And before he was even elected, I said, with whom? Well, it doesn't matter. He'll get us in a war. Well, when he was elected, our relationship with Russia was in the toilet. Remember Hillary? We need a reset button. Well, until Trump reset that button, until Trump actually created that button and pushed it, the left was all for it. And then all of a sudden, Russia was our enemies. But he has normalized relations with Russia as much as relationships with Russia can be normalized. They're not far enough away from being a communist country to be very much of a normal place. But he's done that. How about North Korea? They ain't pointing their missiles at us anymore. They still be launching their failed launches out and falling in the ocean and stuff, but they're not pounding their chest at us anymore. He went over there, he talked to the Kims, and kind of normalized relationships with that country as much as you can normalize relations with a communist country if you're a capitalist country. They're not pointing their weapons at us anymore. They're not beating their chest and rattling their sabers at America anymore. They're not going to do anything to us. They're not going to do anything to anybody because they're all talk. But they're not giving us any grief anymore. China never wanted a war with us. Why would they have a war with us? Barack Obama and George W. Bush handed them a third of our economy. They won a war without firing a shot. They've won the economic war against us already, and who knows how much of the American economy China actually owns now, and we gave it to them. So the next time I hear somebody say we should boycott China, I think I'll throat punch them, because we don't need to boycott China. We need to boycott the politicians in America that have given our country to them. But it's too late because they're already gone. And they're talking crap about Trump, who's trying to get that thing turned around. He's trying to get America's economy back. But CNN doesn't tell you that, see? They don't tell you that, so you don't know that. You only know what you're told, and you only repeat what you're told to repeat because you're not bright enough to come up with anything else. A war with China would benefit no one. China knows that. The United States knows that. Certainly Trump. Donald Trump, you need to remember, isn't a politician. And that's what pisses everybody off about him who's involved in politics, except for people like me who are real conservatives and believe in the strength and the longevity of America. He's a businessman. He doesn't want to fight with people. He wants to get things done. He wants America to make money, and he was doing it. He was doing it hand over fist. Our economy was better than it had ever been in the history of this nation. It was on fire. Then COVID-19 came along, and did Donald Trump screw the economy up with that? No. Your Democrat governors screwed that up. They're the ones that shut your states down. They're the ones that shut your counties down. Your Democrat leaders in municipalities, they're the ones that shut things down, not the federal government. Donald Trump has been trying to get things open back up since we were supposed to open things back up in April. And he's been trying to get that done, but he can't because the Democrats won't let him do it. The Democrat elected representatives of states, counties, and municipalities aren't going to do it. They're going to keep the economy shut down because this isn't about the COVID-19. This is about unseating Donald Trump. They couldn't do it through the Russian collusion. That turned out all to be bullshit. They couldn't do it through the Kavanaugh thing. That all turned out to be bullshit. They couldn't impeach him because that all turned out to be bullshit. They haven't been able to prove anything where he's concerned. So now they've created, and I'm not saying that the virus isn't real, it is, but it's not as bad as it was made out to be at the beginning. And the numbers to crash the economy were all based on lies and misinformation. And that's just a fact. People should be wearing masks to filter out the bullshit that the Democrats are putting out. And people like you see are helping perpetuate that because you're not bright enough to do anything else. So, Trump has got a lot of American corporations to either come back to America or to shelve plans to go elsewhere. He got Ford and General Motors to shelve the plans. They were going to build some plants in Mexico, and he got them to shelve those plans and build those plants in America. And that was working out. It was working out well, starting to really make a difference in that industry until the governors all decided to shut down the production of automobiles. I just bought a pickup in June. I couldn't get a V8 in my truck, which I wanted, because they hadn't built any trucks in, at that time, 4.5 months. They hadn't built one, Ford hadn't built one pickup in 4.5 months, and all the V8s in California were gone. And you can't go out of state and buy a vehicle with any engine and bring it into California. But hey, see, just those things that I mentioned about Donald Trump. Oh, let's talk about something else where Donald Trump is concerned. He has done more for the African American community in the United States. He has done more for the gays, and he's done more for children, education, than the last two presidents, than George Bush or Barack Obama accomplished. He's already accomplished more than both of them. And hey, I'm a Republican, and I voted for Bush both times, but he was as close to being a rhino as you can get without actually being a rhino, and he's kind of turned into one now. Yeah, he's accomplished all that. He's done a lot of work. People say that, oh, he's playing golf all the time. Well, actually, so far he hasn't played golf as much as Barack Obama did, and the president who played the most golf during his tenure in office was Woodrow Wilson. But I'm sure people like you don't know that. You probably don't even know who Woodrow Wilson is. But and if you do, you probably don't know what he stood for, which was communism. He was a New World Order guy too, just like Obama and just like the Democrat Party is today. But anyway, see, there's my rebuttal. If you want to make fun of my videos, go ahead. I don't care. I kind of make them to piss liberals and people like you off anyway. You want to make fun of my clothes? Go ahead. I am way bigger than getting butthurt about that. So make fun of Trump's hair, make fun of his orange skin, make fun of his appearance, make fun of his wife's accent, make fun of whatever you want. Make fun of me, make fun of whoever you want. But the bottom line is, you're a loser, and the rest of us are winners. Have a nice day. And that goes for all you liberals.